Today we'll be attempting to repair the space-time continuum before time paradoxes unravel the fabric of the universe in Back to the Future, Dice Through Time. I think a time paradox was starting to unravel me already. Yes. It's been a long week at Gen Con this week, I guess. Anyways, if you are here of Gen Con, speaking of that, please remember to give your ticket for this event through the event details page. There should be instructions on the event dashboard or also in the emails that Gen Con sent you. That really helps Gen Con know that you enjoy seeing Ravensburger events and want to see them in the future and enjoy attending them and stuff like that. And just it helps out Gen Con knowing that people are actually attending these events that people are setting up to. So
yes.
All around helps everyone. So if you could do that, we appreciate it.
Let's get into this game that was designed by Ken Franklin, Chris Leader, Kevin Rogers, and published by Ravensburger.
Ravensburger, that's right.
Dive in.
So this is a cooperative dice game where you're attempting to repair time. To win the game, you have to go through the 4 different timelines and collect items that Biff has scattered about. Once you collect the item, you have to return them to their proper time and location. Right. So we might find the hoverboard in 1885 and have to return it to 2015 where it belongs.
Yeah, it doesn't belong in the 1800s.
So to do that, we will be rolling dice every turn and moving around the board and doing a bunch of actions, which we'll go over when we get to that.
Yep.
To set up the game, everyone takes their DeLorean.
Yep.
They put it on the clock tower for their year. So Emily's playing pink, which is 2015. I am playing orange, which is 1985. So we're both at the clock tower in our respective year. You put the Biffs at the Biff start locations. These are all Biff standees. They look pretty cool. We have them laying down, so it's a little bit easier for you guys to see where they're at. But, I mean, it looks like he was just finishing waxing up Marty's ride when he came to the board. We also have the out-of-time tracker. So this out-of-time tracker is what we're trying to fight against. So if this ever gets to 12, we lose instantly.
Yep.
We'll explain how that goes up every round when we get to that as well. But just know out-of-time is bad. And this is also a little standee as well. But we're laying that flat so you can see it. So the game is played in 6 phases. Each round you're going to draw and place event cards. You're going to roll dice, perform your actions, then we'll advance the out-of-time tracker, add paradox tokens, and then pass the first player token. Speaking of the first player token, the player who has traveled through time the most gets to go first. Or whoever's the oldest.
Or age before beauty.
That's right. So I am the oldest. I am the ageliest. So I will be going first. So the first player token is pretty awesome. It is a steering wheel with the 88 miles per hour there on the front. If you flip it over to the back, you get like the best saying, the quote from the entire movie, roads, where we're going, we don't need roads.
Sure don't.
We don't. So let's get back to the future and jump into the game.
Yes.
All right, so I will be the first player, so we are going to draw and place event cards first. Since we're playing with 2 players, we will be drawing 3 event cards per turn. And just to note, there are 2 items per year that we're trying to relocate. That is the easiest difficulty. You can go all the way up to 5 items per year. That's the what are you, chicken mode?
I'm chicken.
I am chicken too, because even on easy, it's pretty difficult for us. So when you draw and place events, you must place them in the correct order that they were drawn. That is important because some events affect others that are already out on the board.
Right.
So let's go over an event. What's going on with these? So on each event, at the top left corner, there is an icon. That's the icon that is required to complete the event. And completing events is how we actually get to pick items up from the year. So this event is going to go to Peabody Farm in 1955. So that's the location and year. And then in the middle here is the name of the event and what it's about. So Old Man Peabody is visited by a spaceman. So this event will go to Peabody Farm in 1955. And those events, I forgot to mention, the color at the bottom actually matches the color of the year on the board as well. So it's a little bit easier for you to know where they go.
Yep.
Speaking of the years, I didn't even say what years we have here. So we have the Old West, 1885, 1955, 1985, and 2015. So all the years that are visited in the movies.
Right.
So the next event. So this is a different type of event. This is an immediate effect event. So these come out. They affect our turn, or they affect the entire turn, or make us do something right now, and then they go away. So this one is out of gas. This is not a good one for us.
No, it's not going to be out of gas.
So this one says arrow icons only move you 1 space this round.
Oh.
So this is the arrow icon it's referring to. Normally those allow you to move to any location in your year. So I could come from Twin Pines all the way over to Hill Valley, or from the clock tower there. But now we can only move 1 space left or right using them. So that's going to affect this entire round.
Yep.
And the next event, oh, okay, so this one is another kind of event. Again, it has the symbol at the top left. This is the showdown with Mad Dog Tannen. It's at the saloon in 1885, and at the top right is a chicken icon. So if that icon's ever at the top right, that means Biff is going to move to that location. So that's going to go to 1885 at the saloon. Biff's actually already there because that's where he starts in 1885, so he's just going to stay there. But if it came up at the schoolhouse, Biff would have actually moved to the schoolhouse. You will see that throughout the game. So
right.
Now that we're done drawing and placing events, we are going to roll our dice. Everyone can roll their dice at the same time. Alrighty. Let's see here. So there's no events in my year, and our goal is to complete these events. So I'm going to need to go to another year. Where are you thinking about going?
I have 2 pair of twins, so I'm going to use the flux capacitor action, which lets you...
Yeah, I get to go first, but...
Well, just explain it.
Right. Where are you thinking? Just for our... Are you thinking 1955 or 85
do you have any tools?
I do. So I could actually complete that event, I think, this turn.
I technically can't do anything. I could get up there and move Biff, I think.
Okay.
So,
all right.
You want me to do that?
Yeah, because I can't move Biff, so that would be...
I'll move Biff.
All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is, and since this is a cooperative, you saw we're trying to figure out, so
Teamwork.
We're not stepping on each other's toes, is I can use the flux capacitor here. The flux capacitor allows you to travel through time. So from 1985, I can go to any other year. So I can go to 1955, 1885, or 2015. You just have to stay in the same column when you travel. Just like in the movies. He doesn't end up somewhere else when he travels through time. He always ends up at the same location. The one thing I probably want to avoid is coming to the same location where Emily is.
Right.
If 2 DeLoreans ever move into the same space, we advance the out-of-time tracker by 2 because we're causing us a time paradox. So stay away from that. So I'm going to use the flux capacitor to move up to the clock tower in 1955. So that goes there. I'm going to use my arrow. Normally that would allow me to move right to Peabody Farm, but this turn we're out of gas, so I'm going to move 1 using that. And then I have another flux capacitor. I don't need to travel through time, but what you can do is discard any die to just move 1. So I'm going to discard this die to move 1 more over to Peabody Farm. And this requires a Doc Brown symbol to complete.
Right.
I don't have a Doc Brown symbol, but what I do have is a wrench. So the wrench's special ability is it counts as any symbol, or as a wild, for completing events only. So I can't use this to travel through time. I can use it though as any symbol on these events to complete them. So I'm going to use the wrench to cover up the Doc Brown symbol. Once you have all the symbols needed to complete the event, you will remove it from the board, and you get to draw an item from that year. So I have our first item, which is the treated logs, which need to return to the train bridge in 1885. So I'm going to put that right at the bottom of my board here. And as you can see, we have these player boards, which are awesome. They tell you the order of play, the actions that all the dice take, and they remind you that you can discard any die to move a single space. We also have Mr. Fusion here, which Emily's going to go over in just a second. And it also has spots to hold your items, and you notice there's only 2 spots here. That's because you can only carry 2 items at a time. You can continue to complete events still throughout the game, but you're just not going to get the item rewards that you would need. So I'm going to put the treated logs there, and that is it for my actions. So now it'll go on to Emily's actions phase.
Okay, so like you said, I need a flux capacitor. I don't have one. What I do have is 2 lightning bolts, which generally allow you to re-roll. Like you could use this and re-roll the other die.
Yep.
Don't need to do that. What I need to do is Mr. Fusion these 2 into a flux capacitor so that I can come up to 1885.
Yep, so Mr. Fusion allows you to take any 2 matching dice and turn them into a symbol that you might need.
Right.
So 2 lightnings become a flux capacitor.
And then like you had done in your other turn, I'm going to just discard this fist to move 1 space over there. And then I am going to use the fist for its intended purpose, which is to bop Biff out of the way.
Yep.
Time for him to make like a tree and get out of here.
That's right.
And you need to go to the train bridge, so I don't want to put him there because you cannot turn in an item.
Yep, and the reason Emily needs to move Biff is that if he's at a location, you cannot complete events, you cannot return items. So that's why she looked and she knows I don't want to move him to train bridge, otherwise I can't return the treated logs. If he stays at the saloon, she can't complete the event.
Right.
So Biff just is there to get in our way and to make it harder on us.
True.
But that's the last of your actions, correct?
It does. I can't solve it this turn, but I'm set up nicely.
You'll hopefully be able to complete that next turn. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is, yep, that goes away. We're going to advance the out-of-time marker. So to advance the out-of-time marker, you look at each timeline, or each year, and see which one has the most locations covered by events. Not the most events, just the most locations covered by events, because locations can hold up to 3 events each.
Right.
So right now, 1885 is the only year that has any events covered or locations covered by events. So we're going to advance it for that year. It goes up 1 per location covered, so it's going to go up 1. Okay. It also goes up 1 for each paradox token, which there's none out yet.
Right.
But now we're adding paradox tokens. So you add 1 to each location that has an event in the year that you just advanced the out-of-time tracker for. So it's going to go to the saloon in 1885. But it is a max of 1 per location, so if Emily doesn't close or get rid of that somehow next turn, we won't end up adding another out-of-time tracker. Or paradox token. Last thing we do is pass the first player marker, and then go back to drawing and placing events. So,
alright. First one is the Enchantment Under the Sea dance at the Hill Valley High School in 1955.
Yep, that's where Biff's hanging out already.
Yep. Then I've got another instant. Players roll 1 less die this round.
Oh, no.
Something is wrong with the starter.
Oh, jeez. We're just having a lot of car trouble this game.
We got a lemon.
Yeah, we did.
All right. And then the last one is Marty and Jennifer take a walk at the clock tower in 1985.
And that does have the
Biff,
chicken.
so Biff's got to move over there.
Yep.
He's creeping on Marty and Jennifer.
Yeah.
So, now we roll.
Yep, and only 3 dice instead of 4.
No.
Yep.
I was already trying to cheat. Oh, thank goodness. So it is my turn first, and luckily I did get my wrench.
Excellent.
So I can solve that event, therefore getting rid of the paradox.
Yep, so when you resolve an event at a location, if there are paradox tokens, they get discarded along with the event.
And then I get an item, which is the case of plutonium.
Yep.
That has to go back to Doc's lab in 1985.
So there's a case of plutonium. She's just going to throw that in the back of the trunk real quick and take it back to 1985. No big deal.
Dodging Russians and whatnot. All right. And then I have 2 more die. So I actually think you don't really need them, right?
Need what?
These.
No, I don't right now.
Okay. I'm going to Mr. Fusion these 2 remaining fists into a flux capacitor. Are you going here?
I don't know.
I can go anywhere in time. I have a flux capacitor.
Okay.
Where do you want to go? You want to stay in your own time?
Yeah, I might stay here for now. Try to get there.
So I'm going to use the flux capacitor to come back to 1985.
Okay.
I need to go to Doc's lab. I can't move anymore. Can't solve that. So my turn is over.
Okay. I'm going to take my 2 wrenches and turn them into an arrow, so that way I can, because the arrow icon or the arrow special ability again allows you to move to any location in your current time. So I'm going to go all the way from Peabody Farm over to the Hill Valley High School dance, and then I have a lightning bolt remaining. I'm going to ripple this die. So when you ripple a die, you actually put it on the board. And this is like one of the coolest things of the game, I think. Mm-hmm. Anyone on a future turn can use that die now. So they can come to the Hill Valley High School in 1955, or in 1985, or to Hilldale in 2015. So anywhere in that column in a later year, and pick up that die and use it.
Right.
So right now it's rippling, and I'm the last player, so no one else is going to be able to use it. But you can ripple it between turns as well. You don't have to pick it up at the end of your turn. But just kind of show you that that's there, so if Emily needed like something to complete this event, I could leave something at the clock tower for her. But that's going to be the end of my action, so we're going to advance the out-of-time tracker, or marker. So 1955 and 1985 both have 1 location covered by events. If there's ever a tie, you go with the earliest year. So 1955 will be the year we advance it for, so it's going to go up 1 more. And then same thing, we add the paradox token to the year that we increase the out-of-time marker for. And then we pass the first player marker. And now you can decide if at the end of the round if you want to leave your dice out there or pull them back. I'm going to actually pull this die back because I think I don't need the lightning bolt to complete that event next turn.
Right.
So I might as well take it back and re-roll. Okay. So we'll draw and place our 3 events.
No more car trouble, please.
All right, so first thing we got is Griff tries to recruit Marty Jr. at Cafe 80s, and that does have the Biff icon, but he's already there. Next one is Griff tries to recruit Marty at Cafe 80. So this is, like I said, this is where we end up with 2 events at the same location. And as you can see here now, these events are going to have 3 different icons on them. And you do have to have all icons at one time to be able to complete the events. You can't, like, complete the first card and then come back next turn and complete the second one. You have to have all 3 of these. So that's where rippling die and stuff like that are going to come in handy for us. So these are both at Cafe 80's. And the last card...
Biff was there, right?
Oh, yeah, Biff is there, yep. Okay. Is Enchantment Under the Sea Dance at Hill Valley High. No! Oh, that's getting more difficult there for me to complete, too. And I still got Biff in my way, so...
Yikes.
All right, let's roll our dice, see what we can do this turn. All right. Oh, Biff. I need a fist, and I need 2 arrows to complete that event. I have 1 arrow. Shoot. Okie dokie. What do you need? Can you complete this event?
I can complete that event.
So I think what I'm gonna do.
Try and come down here.
Oh,
you can't come down here.
No, I can't. So I'm gonna start off by spending my Doc Brown, and this is what the Doc Brown icon looks like. And his special ability is he allows you to remove 2 paradox tokens from anywhere on the board. So they don't have to be in your year, your time, anything, or your location, anything like that. Mine just happens to be in the same location I am, so I'm going to remove that. And it's usually 2, but there's only 1 on the board. The next thing I'm going to do is ripple this arrow for next turn.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my lightning bolt for its special ability to re-roll any of my remaining die. Oh no, this is a wrench. I don't need to re-roll that. That's silly.
Leave your wrench too, and then you're halfway there.
Yeah, I'm going to leave the wrench, and the next turn I just need a fist.
2
fists, I guess. Yeah. Oof, that's going to be tough to get. Maybe I shouldn't do that, huh?
Yeah, that's... What are you, chicken?
I am chicken. Alright, maybe I should ripple. Maybe I should try to get there. Maybe I should ripple them there. Maybe you can get to that one. And, well, you need 2 fists there too, though. So, all right, I'm just gonna leave that there for now as well.
Let you think on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna think on it. I'm gonna let you do something.
All right, I've got to move over to the clock tower, so I'll use the arrow to come over here. I'm going to punch Biff.
Yep.
Is there anywhere... Doc's lab needs to stay open, so I'll send him back over to Marty's house.
Yeah, he needs to finish waxing the car.
And then to solve this event, I need a Doc Brown. Luckily, I have a Doc Brown.
Yep.
So I am going to solve that event, and I'm going to take an item from 1985, which is the hoverboard that goes to the Clock Tower Mall in 2015.
There we go. So she's got the hoverboard. And that needs to go right below her, 1 year down.
And I don't have a flux capacitor, but I'm hanging out in the 80s. The 1980s.
Right.
So I'm going to use this arrow again to come over to the Doc's lab where there is no event, there is no Biff, so I can turn in an item.
Yeah, so Emily gets to return the item because, like she said, there's no event or Biff there. When you return an item, it just gets removed from the game. And then you get to do 2 things. You get to reduce the out-of-time tracker by 1.
Very important.
That is very important because that's the main way we fight against losing the game. And then my second favorite part of the game.
It's my first.
It's Emily's first. We get an Einstein token. So these have been sitting up here, these little Einstein tokens. You know, they got his picture on the front. He actually grabs you and brings you some help.
Yeah.
So you flip it over, and it's an icon that we can use. So we have an extra Doc Brown icon. Anyone can use that on a future turn. They are single use, so once it gets used, it gets removed from the game. But it can be used to help complete events, to just use it for its special ability, to combine with the die to make, like with Mr. Fusion.
Yep.
So they're super helpful, and they are available for anyone to use going forward. So, yes, thank you, Einstein.
Yes, good boy.
All right, so that is done with your actions then, right?
I'm done.
All right, so now we're going to advance the out-of-time tracker. It's going to go for 1955 again, because that is the... It has
earliest.
1 location, and it's the earliest, so we're going to go up by 1 again. Yep. And we're going to add a paradox token back there. Boy, this Hill Valley High School is getting a little full.
Water up there.
We're going to pass the first player token.
That's me.
And I'm going to just take back the lightning bolt, because I don't need that, but I do want those other 2 to stay there. So.
All right.
3 more events. Here we go.
First one is skateboard chase in the courthouse square at Lou's Cafe.
Right next door.
Right next door. Oh, another 1955. Old Man Peabody is visited by a spaceman, and this actually helps you because it's got the Biff icon.
Excellent.
So
now
you
I only
need 1 less die.
Yeah.
And Doc saves Marty at the clock tower in 1885.
All right. See, sometimes the events are in your favor.
Sometimes.
All right, now we're going to roll our dice. Ooh, right. I'm good. I got what I needed to complete this.
Okay. 4 and 1. Oh, and of course it's my turn first.
Yeah.
Huh? Actually, I don't have quite what I need. So I'm going to first head over to the Clock Tower Mall. I'm going to get there by using my flux capacitor to come down to 2015, and then getting rid of my lightning bolt to come over, and I'm going to drop this off.
Okay.
To its spot.
So she's returned the hoverboard to its rightful place, so the out-of-time tracker goes down again.
And we get an Einstein, and maybe that could help me.
And we get another Einstein. It is a lightning bolt.
That's not what I needed!
He is a dog, so he's trying his best.
Okie doke. Well,
Ooh.
I know. I have those 2, but then I would need 2 fists.
Yep.
So if I move over there, then I'm only going to have 1.
Yep.
But I can't Mr. Fusion anything.
Right.
And I'm in the earliest year, so I can't ripple you anything.
Right. You can move over and then bank one for next turn, maybe?
I guess I'm going to have to do that. And I'm going to move over using my arrow, and then I am going to ripple
the
this.
wrench.
Because then, yeah, I have more options, because I could use that if I... And then I'm just going to...
Right. Okay.
For next time.
All right. Well, I have a wrench and an arrow there. I need 2 arrows and a fist. So I have an arrow, and I'm going to add a second wrench there. So I have the 3, because wrenches count as anything, to complete this. Both those events, so those are both going to go away. And then this paradox token will get discarded as well. And I get the last item from 1955, which is the fax, which needs to go back to Hilldale in 2015. So I'll put that on my board. And I have an arrow icon I can still use. I think I might discard the lightning bolt to move over one.
Yes.
So I want to discard the lightning bolt from the game just to move over to Lou's Cafe. And then I have the arrow needed to complete this event. There are no more items in this year, plus I'm already holding 2, so I can't get a reward anyways if I did have, if there were any.
Paradoxes, though.
Yes, exactly. It'll help us keep that out-of-time tracker under control.
Right.
So that's the last of my actions.
Yep.
So I can advance the out-of-time marker now. The 3 years, 1885, 1955, and 2015, all have 1 location covered by events. So we go with the earliest year again. So it goes up 1, and then we add the paradox token to that location as well.
So I'm going to head up to the Old West.
Yeah, and then pass the first player marker, and let's get 3 more events. First up, Marty and the Pinheads audition for the dance at Hill Valley High in 1985. Next up, a hoverboard chase at the Clock Tower Mall. Good thing you just returned that.
Woo!
And Doc saves Marty at the Clock Tower. Uh-oh, it's getting more difficult up there.
And heavy.
It's getting real heavy. All right, so now we're going to roll our dice. Let's see, what do I need? I need to move around to these different years and turn some stuff in. Alrighty. Well, I can move Biff around a lot. I got 3 fist icons. Biff, watch out, I'm coming for you.
While you're there in your first, could you maybe help me out? Because
I could.
all I have the...
You need a fist.
Ooh, man, if I use the fist to move him, I would need both an arrow and another fist.
Okay.
How we work? Oh,
I have an arrow and a fist, yeah. So let me see. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to, since this is co-op, it won't be as... I'm not going to be as glorious as I was going to be, but I'm going to ripple a fist and an arrow for Emily.
Yay!
And actually, hold on. No, it doesn't matter.
It takes his backseat.
I know. And then I want to turn my other 2 fists into flux capacitor so I can head back to 1885 and hopefully return these treated logs next turn.
And do you want to use that Doc Brown? We don't need it this turn. Do you want to use it to remove that paradox so we're not going to go up 2?
That's probably a good idea.
Okay.
So we're going to spend this Doc Brown token.
See, I'll let you do that for us.
Thanks.
Teamwork.
To remove the paradox token from the board using its normal special ability. So.
Save the day, Joe.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. So now is my turn, and with the gracious help of Joe, I'm going to be able to, let's use your fist to move Biff.
Okay.
Doesn't matter where.
I have to go to Hilldale, so
not
preferably
Hilldale.
not Hilldale.
You can go to the Skyway.
Okay.
And then I need a wrench,
Mm-hmm.
an arrow,
Yep.
and a fist
Boom.
to solve this.
Yep. So those both get removed.
Oh, those are played. That's yours.
Yep.
Those go up there. And I get an item, which is the stove door that has to go to the saloon in 1885.
Excellent.
And then I do still have 2. I could move over and be halfway there for that one.
Yeah. Or you could go to the saloon in 1885 and turn in the stove door.
No. I would love to if someone wasn't in my way.
I know.
Create a paradox.
Yeah, we don't want that.
You're a bad influence.
I know.
Okay. Is this like an alternate 2015 where you're a bad guy?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Or what was it, 80s, wasn't it?
What?
It was the alternate 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was when they returned home.
Am I new here? All right. So I am going to do that. I am going to discard my flux capacitor, which actually kind of breaks my heart a little bit because those are the coolest, and move over 1. And then I'm going to let this lightning bolt ripple so that I'm halfway there for next turn.
Excellent. All right, so now we're going to advance the out-of-time tracker. Or out-of-time, yeah. So we have 1, 1, 1, 1. It's going to be 1885 again, so luckily we got rid of that paradox token. But we get to add 1 back again, so...
Oh.
And then we'll pass the first player token and draw some more events. Let's see what we get this time. Maybe a good event to help us? That'd be great. We haven't had one of those yet, have we?
Doc builds the DeLorean. Doc's Lab 1985.
Alrighty.
Another instant action. George and Lorraine kiss. Remove all paradox tokens from the board.
Hey!
Finally,
Wow.
a good instant action.
It's like I went to the future to see what cards were coming and then came
you?
back.
That's
I wish.
cheating.
It is cheating. I did not do that.
So that gets discarded because we already did the action. Oh my, and another one.
No!
Struck by lightning.
This is what happens when you mess with time.
This is what happens every time I ripple a die.
It is.
Oh. Struck by lightning, each player moves to the next year down, keeping the same relative location. Note, players in 2015 moved to 1885. That's me. So.
I was this close.
Darn.
Yep.
All right, so.
So now Emily's in 1885, and I've been moved to 1955. That's what happens when you fly your DeLorean in a lightning storm.
That's, yeah, fair enough. There's got to be consequences.
Okay, I got lots going on here, so.
Man, oh man, I can't quite solve them all.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and it's
you
me
go
too,
first.
isn't it?
Yeah.
So actually.
Can you get back down here and finish that one, maybe?
Ooh, look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you with that brain.
You're-
All right, I am. I'm going to flux capacitor down here.
Okay.
Take that, lightning. And I have got the lightning already. I don't have an arrow, but I have a tool.
Yep.
Or wrench, whatever. Same thing.
Yep.
So I can solve that event.
Yep. And get the last item
the last
from
item from
2015.
2015, which also has to go to 1885. It's Doc's letter.
Yep.
It has to go to the clock tower, so that has got to get addressed up there.
It does.
But I have to head to the Wild West next time. So then I have a fist. And I'm actually going to use a fist to move just... Do you have to come here?
It's fine. No, I don't have to go there. Nope.
So I'm going to come here, and then hopefully I can just shoot up and deal with that mess later. So.
Cool. All right. I'm going to use my Doc Brown icon to just go 1 to the left. I'm going to drop the tool here. Just let it ripple through time. No, I'm not. So I'm going to flux capacitor first to the train bridge. Now that I'm at the train bridge, I can return the treated logs to their rightful location in time.
Ooh, maybe Einstein will bring you a flux capacitor.
Allows us to reduce it. I have another one.
Ooh.
I know. So that gives us a wrench icon. That's fantastic.
Yep.
I'm going to drop this wrench here, and then I'm going to flux capacitor to 2015 to return the fax to Hilldale as well. So we're going to get to reduce the out-of-time tracker by 1 and get another Einstein token.
This is a flux. Is it?
What?
Is it? Oh,
it's a fist.
Oh, if it was a flux, you could have done it all.
I know. But, so now that tool is available in this entire row for anyone to use on their next turn. So even if I can't get to Hill Valley High School, maybe you can get there and complete that event too. So, do you need to go to, no, you need to go to 1885,
I gotta
don't
go
you?
to the Wild West.
You do. Okay. All right, well, that's it for our actions. Let's advance the out-of-time marker. This time, we actually have 2 locations covered by events in 1985, so we're going to advance it for that year, and it's going to go up 1 for each location. So turn in those events, just reverse what happened this turn.
Wow.
And then they both get paradox tokens as well. So, all right, that's the end of that. Pass the first player token, and then let's get some
Good
new
events.
cards. So the first event, the McFly family has rehydrated pizza at Hilldale. Gotta love that rehydrated pizza. Great Scott! After rolling dice this round, all players must re-roll all flex icons.
No!
Keep the second result, so traveling through time just got a little bit harder.
Yeah, what we both need to do.
And then Marty skateboards to school at Marty's house in 1985, and it has a Biff icon. 1985 is not looking great.
No.
All right, let's roll our dice, and then remember we have to re-roll any flux capacitors. I did not roll any anyways.
Me
so.
either.
All right, that goes away.
All right.
Oh, I get to go first, don't I?
You're up.
All right, so I'm going to use 2 arrows to turn into a flux capacitor using Mr. Fusion. Head up here and use this wrench to complete that event. So that will go away. This will go away. And I'll draw the last item from 1985, which is the Smart Jacket, which needs to go back to the Cafe 80s. Where is the Cafe 80s? Where you're at. Okay. You're going to the future, right?
I'm going to hopefully the 18.
Or I mean the past, not the future.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going back to the past.
I'm going back to the
All right.
past.
So since you're doing that, I'm actually going to use this fist icon. I think I might just discard to move 1 to the left. There we go.
Okay.
And that's going to be the end of my turn, so I'm lined up to return the jacket next turn.
I'm going to use the 2 Doc Browns, put them in the Mr. Fusion, and whoop up here to the saloon.
Okay.
No one's there, no event, so I get to turn that in.
Yep, the stove door has been returned.
Which takes us down 1 and fetch us a good treat.
All right. How about an arrow?
I'll take it.
All right.
Everyone's got to move.
That's right.
So now I actually have 2 arrows if I needed
Yep.
them. I need a fist.
Yep.
Oh, and I've got a fist up there.
Yep.
I've got a tool I could use for anything.
And then 2 arrows you could turn into the Doc Brown symbol.
Okay, so I can get rid of this fist to get over there?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to use this fist, discard, to move 1.
Okay.
I am going to use the 2 arrows.
Yep, because she has an arrow, a die, and this arrow to become a Doc Brown.
Right. And then I'm going to use the fist as the fist, and the tool as a lightning. So
all right.
I got rid of our Einstein tokens.
But
I get the... Oh, wow.
Well, first you complete all the events. Yep.
I complete all the events. So I do. I get that last item.
Yep.
Which is the Power Laces, which I have to go to the Skyway in 2015.
And
potentially more important, I get to turn in this event or this item, which is Doc's letter.
Yep. So that's going to
we go down 1, and Einstein fetches us another treat, which is fair because
ooh, a flux capacitor.
Good boy.
And that's the last item. So if we can return these 2 items, we will win the game.
True.
Excellent. All right, so let's finish this round then. So we're going to advance the out of time tracker. This time it's going to be for 1985 again. So we have 2 locations covered, and we have 1 paradox token. So it's going to go up by 3. So as you can see, if you don't take care of a year, it can get real heavy real quick.
Yeah, it gets dicey.
Then we're going to add a paradox token to Marty's house because it doesn't have one yet. Doc's Lab already did, so you don't add another. And we're past first player token. And get 3 new events. Let's see if we can do this. You can do it, they say. We can do it!
All right. Doc invents the flux capacitor at Brown Mansion in 1955.
Oh, that's fine.
Doc readies the DeLorean for rail travel at the blacksmith shop.
Okay.
And, oh, whoa, this is heavy. Players may not use Mr. Fusion this round.
Oh, no! Alright, that means we can't combine 2 dice to turn into other symbols.
That's my go-to move. I'm going to leave that there as a reference because it applies for the whole turn.
Alright, let's roll our dice. Come on, one of us needs a flux capacitor.
Whoop.
Oh, I got one. I'm good. You didn't?
I didn't, but Einstein.
But Einstein got us one last round, so...
Oh, and it's my turn.
Yep.
Skyway. Oh, no.
Oh, no, you need a fist! Darn.
Are you going to be able to do this?
I can return mine.
Is it just going to be me?
Yep. Yep, and she has 2 lightning bolts, but Mr. Fusion's down this round, so...
Should I use the lightning bolt to re-roll? Because
all your dice?
1, 2, and then I need a fist.
Or keep the arrow, maybe, and re-roll the other 2?
Should I do that?
Yeah. But you can use the arrow now just to move to the schoolhouse, right? And get that out of the way.
Let's do that.
There we go. Use the lightning bolt. I would do that, yeah.
Lightning bolt.
Yep.
Re-roll.
Yeah, there we go. Let's go.
Feel an immense amount of pressure.
Oh, she got 2 of them.
All right, Einstein. It's time to use your flux capacitor. Come down the Skyway. This is gonna feel so good punching Biff out of the way.
Not to Cafe 80s, please.
right into the cafe?
Yeah, right into the cafe.
Let's just really mess up Hilldale.
All right.
It's a mess anyway. And return the power laces.
Yes.
I'm done.
1885, or they were from 1885, so that goes down one, and then this comes up, we get another lightning bolt.
Yes.
And that's the end of your, well, you have a fist left.
Well,
you're just going to pass on you?
Can I just find another Biff to punch?
You should have given the old 1-2.
I should have given him 1-2. All right. Nope. I'm just going to.
All right.
This is what it is.
Well, I do have a flux capacitor, and so I'm going to use that to go down to the Cafe 80s, which is where I need to return the last item to. And that means we win the game! Ha-ha!
It was our density!
It was our density. We successfully repaired the space-time continuum.
Yes.
So we feel good. So let's go ahead and switch over to Q&A and maybe showing off some of these pieces a little bit closer for everyone.
Let's do it.
All right, let's see. Your past is someone else's future. You're just thinking fourth dimensionally. Okay, let's see here.
I like that.
Get it together in 1985. You're not 2020. But it may have been what caused 2020. Fix it quickly.
Maybe
we tried.
it did.
It may have. So let's show off the DeLoreans first. These are not to scale, by the way. But they are looking really cool. They're very detailed for tiny little miniatures here. They're not tiny. For good little miniatures. And then we got all the Biff standees. I like these a lot. They have the color to match their year, and then they're each the different Biffs that we would recognize from that timeline. Each player also gets their own set of matching dice. So everything for you get your matching color car, dice, and player board.
Yep.
All so you're ready to go. And one of the cool things I just noticed recently was that all the player boards actually have different art on them. So like I'm 1985 Doc and Marty. Oh, I have it right here. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm 1985 Doc and Marty. Emily was 2015 Doc and Marty with like my favorite outfit ever, which I think I'd need to get a yellow jacket and like some. No. And we got 1885 Doc, Marty, and Clara, and then we got 1955 Doc and Marty as well. So I love that they all have their, the art makes sense. And
you
then,
got your owner's manual.
Yeah, not a player's guide or a game
cool
manual.
Flux capacitor back there.
And then we have, what is this? Oh, geez, I already forgot. It was spot something.
Spot gloss.
Spot gloss, yeah. The lightning bolt has like spot gloss on it. It looks pretty cool. It's hard to see in the camera, but.
Yeah, the cool organization.
Oh yeah, the insert. So a lot of gamers know how they love a good insert, and this one has a spot for everything. Like the cards fit right in here. The flux capacitors, the DeLoreans all have their own place. The dice all fit in there. You have plenty of room for tokens, and then on top of that, you get to put all the boards right there, and then the main player board or main game board actually sits on top of all that as well. So it fits perfectly, and it holds everything down as well, so when you open it up, you don't have cards everywhere.
Comes with a cool letter.
It does. You get a letter from Doc Brown on the back of the board as well, so that way you can... It explains the premise of the game, what happened. Biff stole the DeLorean. He put things in all over time where they don't belong. Get out there and fix it quickly.
Yes.
Let's see if we have any other... Yeah, it is shiny. Shiny is the technical term for that.
I knew it.
That's right. Let's see here. Nice. I don't know if it was just because the players know the game or if the demo was set up this way, but it seemed pretty easy. They won the game before the out-of-time token even passed halfway point. Again, we did play on the easiest version as well. We only had 2 items per year. You can put up to 5 items per year. Right. We've played with 3 items a couple times, and we haven't won yet either with that.
No.
We were like 1 move away from winning at one time, but so it is doable. We just...
It's also, yes, we have a little strategy.
Yeah.
We know the game.
Yeah, we have played quite a bit.
A lot of luck about
Yeah.
getting the right die. But, yeah, it was basically just because we were on the easiest. We had the
Mr.
least amount of
Fusion,
items.
it does help your luck, though. It mitigate. Like, you don't need... If you don't roll the exact thing you need, you can use Mr. Fusion
Or
and the Einstein
discard
tokens
one to move one.
to get what you need,
Yeah.
so...
It is definitely not like a deep game. It is a fun, lighthearted family game.
Is there room in the tray for the cards if they're sleeved? That is a good question.
I think we decided that probably.
Yeah,
there is a little room in there.
There is a little give, yeah. Mine aren't sleeved, and we've played this a lot. And you aren't shuffling the cards all that often. You shuffle the event cards to set up, and then there's 5 items that you could shuffle. But you don't have to, like, literally go to town on them, right?
Manhandling.
And our cards look great, and we've played this quite a bit now, so...
It is a favorite.
Have I reached a certain age since I like the box organization? Yeah. I think you're officially an adult if you like organizing things. Marie Kondo would be very happy with this box, I think.
It brings you joy.
It does. It brings me joy. So, let's see if there was any other questions. Let's see here.
I think they probably covered them pretty good.
I think they did. Yeah, Ravensburger's on top of answering everything in the chat already. Like stashing the DeLorean. Yes, exactly like stashing. That's what Rippling the Dice is like. You stash the DeLorean in the mine in 1885, so Marty can find it in 1955. Yep.
Good
Exactly.
reference. You got it.
Let's see. Oh, we got some more messages. What is the time train piece I've heard all about? I will let Ravensburger answer that one. I'm not too positive on that. I believe there is a train, though, as well. Like you see in the third movie.
Right.
Yeah. But if there's no other questions, we might start wrapping up here. If you are if you're here for the Gen Con event, please remember to give your ticket for the event through the event details page. If you're not sure how to do that, there should be instructions on your event dashboard and also in the emails from Gen Con.
Right.
That really helps them know that you enjoy Ravensburger events, want to see them in the future, and also lets Ravensburger feel nice, warm, and fuzzy too, because you enjoyed it. We get to see how many people actually came to the event from Gen Con too. So.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to be it. So we're going to go ahead and end this stream, let you guys get on to your next events for the day. Thanks again for stopping out. Again, my name's Joe.
I'm Emily.
And remember, your future is what you make it, so make it a good one.